So let us begin with the Vandana. As we are getting set up, we plural, so we've got more than one of us here. So as we're getting ready, just let us chant the Vandanam together, as we've got a grand gathering of devotees already. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuddhapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamascha Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Parayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvije Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, dear devotees, we're just trying to solve some logistics on this side of the world, or we don't have to solve the logistics, and we'll just go with what we have. Hare Krishna. All right, we're going to go with what we have, okay? All right, bad video, don't worry, it's us. It's us. Oh, look, good video of him, bad video of me. All right. It's meant to be. This Rupa Nuga Prabhu, you know, in person.
In the flesh.
In the flesh, in the dhoti and kota. Anyhow, Rupa Nuga Prabhu is with me here. We're in Riga. We arrived yesterday evening, and we just closed our eyes and opened up our eyes, and we are seeing you this morning. So good morning, everybody from this side of the world, and yes, Leela Moy Prabhu is our host. We've got everything running, and I noticed that he joined, he got the Zoom running with seconds to go, so well done. And Leela Moy Prabhu is in Bilagovinda, Paramananda Prabhu is in Thailand, Muktinath Prabhu in Bangkok, and next weekend they're going to be having some programs in Bangkok, I believe. So well done, yes, a little nod from Muktinath Prabhu, with Aparajita also. So our Thailand connection, our Maheshvari back in Wisconsin, which I know where it is, connection. And our devotees, I better not miss anybody out. But Anthony also in Bangkok, and Dana. Rupa Nuga Prabhu is asking me about you, Dana. And who else was asking me about you? Anyway, devotees ask about you. We are meeting devotees and they ask. So Dana, you are asked after. And South Africa, again, USA, Gangalila Didi, Ukraine, Srila Priya Devi Dasi, and JayaKumar Prabhu representing Australia. Oh, two of you representing Australia. And last but not least, Sri Lekha Devi Dasi in the United States of America, Utah. And if I missed anyone, please excuse me. Oh, Indu Lekha's popped up. I'm not sure you were there before, but you're here now. And here we are. She's a video lady, so she'll be giving us a 0 out of 10 for our lighting. Anyway, we're working on it. And the computer is having a little headache. It's overheating already. Oh dear. We'll manage something. In the meantime, we could come to, oh, okay, so in the meantime, we can say a little news. Rupa Nuga Prabhu, say some news from here.
Oh, yes, it's been so inspiring. I'm glad I made it over here. I didn't think I would be coming to Europe, but as it turned out, I did. And it's just incredible to see the devotees everywhere. And first it was in a place I can't pronounce, but outside Resletny, where a wonderful festival was held.
Yana Pole.
Okay, Yana Pole. I never did learn it. The devotees there were so inspired by the festival. They're now going to have it every year with the acronym of VIBES.
Maybe.
Which is the International Baltic Festival. And I think it will happen too. And then yesterday, it was such a thrill to do Harinam down in the promenade of Panu, which I think stands for elephants, and there were elephants everywhere, even green elephants that were shaped from trees, and we were so well received. There were literally thousands of people down the beach, and here were we chanting the holy name down the beach. And I was wondering what the reception would be like, and it was amazing. I'd say it was 100% amazing. People waving and cheering, and really, really enjoyed it. And it was a public program after, and that went down very well as also. So yeah, it's been the most enjoyable and rewarding time for Krishna consciousness.
Very good. Beautiful summary. All right. We still have technical issues. We are going to just briefly be without sound, and I'm going to change to the other BR Madhusudan. I don't think it's connected. Don't worry. We're going to change this.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I would also just like to ask Maheshvari Devi Dasi to say a word or two. She's returned to the USA after being, I was going to say here in Vila Govinda, but after being in Vila Govinda, having travels in Europe and returning to the USA. And so Maheshvari Devi Dasi, welcome back to your home.
Thank you.
Very good.
Dantats, Maharaj, Rupa Nuga, everyone. Yes, I had an amazing 8 days at Villa Govinda. Everyone was so welcoming. I truly felt that I was with family. And just being immersed at the ashram in the daily life has really helped to strengthen my sadhana here at home. I'm just getting back and, getting into a routine, but, I definitely feel the influence of the time that I spent at Villa Govinda. It was amazing to reconnect with some old friends and, meet some friends that I know from Zoom and meet new people altogether. So after Villa Govinda, I was traveling a bit. I went to Greece, and I was just so struck by how everywhere I went was an example of the impermanence of this life. And I just was so grateful for, really connecting with all of you, this family, and understanding that, we are on a path that is looking at a much bigger picture. We're connected to the Lord, and He's guiding us, and it's not just about this lifetime, this body. And that was just a constant reminder as I traveled through ruins and museums and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm very happy to be back home and in a regular practice, and very soon heading to SoCal. I will be at well, I'll be with Bilva and Vaidehi, but I do plan to spend time at the temple there as well. Cooking and sewing and making garlands, with all of which I got to do when I was at Villa Govinda. So I'm coming back with new what do you call, not talents, but new service that I can share in when I go to SoCal.
And revealing talents.
Yes. There
Why
you
not? We learn from the devotees and put those things into practice.
I actually spoke with Bilva today for 2.5 hours, and we spent the entire conversation talking about the path we're on and Krishna consciousness and how amazing it is. And I am just so grateful to be able to share this with my son and his family. And he was telling me how even Karuna is turning 8 years old in about a week. And he was, telling me how he explains things to her, because she asks a lot of questions. She reads all the stories of Krishna in the books that are more for children, but, the beautiful ones that Prabhupada put out. And she asks really good questions. And it was just so heartwarming to hear how he brings it down to her level, because when he's talking to me, he's talking way above my level. He's a very well-read and learned young man. So anyway, I'm just very grateful to be able to share that in my family, and look forward to more association.
All right. And we look forward to news from the far West Coast when you get over to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Presently. And in the you're the Midwest. But
I'm
now
the
we're learning.
Midwest.
So Midwest, and so West, but not right on the West is Utah. I don't know what they describe Utah as, except the Sweet Lake City Valley. Sweet Lake City Valley, maybe. So Sri Lekha, we have Sri Lekha today, but she's busy on our Thursday Zoom.
Oh no.
He's frozen.
It's frozen.
Sri Lekha, I'll just tell you real quick that I really enjoyed meeting your daughter. It was such a pleasure.
That's lovely, Maheshvari Didi. I'm so grateful to hear your report just now. It's really heartwarming. And Bimal Prabhu, we were just there in SoCal ourselves, and he just really is a very incredibly sweet person, and they have a lovely family. And of course, Vaidehi, he's such a wonderful devotee. And so it was just lovely hearing from you right now. And now Jayashri has just returned here to Salt Lake City, so that's nice for us too. Uh-oh, where's Maharaj?
I guess it's your show.
Yeah, Sri Lekha, you are in the spot now.
Oh. Well, Dandavat to everybody.
Dandavat.
We're nourished. Oh, Jai Maharaj.
No, carry on, just in case, just letting everybody know we didn't go away. Somebody sent us away.
Oh.
But now we're back to here. Please let us know. Yeah.
Maharaj, I was not, I think it was not last time, but the time before, maybe the Zoom before, you asked me to find the class, a certain class that I had quoted from, a certain talk from Srila Guru Maharaj about Trinadapi Sunichena. But I didn't find it until this morning. because I had so many talks there to go through all of them. And then I did find it this morning. And so I listened to it pretty carefully this afternoon, and I thought I would just give a little report on that class, and then I'll send that to you, Maharaj, if you like. I don't know.
do. And I feel bad that it was a
No.
simple request, like if it was available, but you've looked
No,
through
I'm
some.
really grateful actually, because I've heard this talk so many times. But I was always when I'm doing something else at the same time, and then I'll catch something. So today I really sat down and very purposefully went through that particular talk, and it is really so remarkable, Maharaj. And so I'm really actually grateful that you asked me. And the quote, what I had quoted was, in order to come to the plane of considering ourselves a blade of grass, that so many worlds have to be crossed, so many oceans have to be crossed to come to that platform of and so I listened. So I'll make it very brief. I mean, condensed, but it began with Srila Guru Maharaj speaking about Mahaprabhu and how he Lord Krishna wants to know what it is, what sweetness is in me that only she can know. No, when we don't speak about Srimati Radharani so much because her position is so exalted and noble and beyond us, really. But still, we know that there are those reasons that the Lord came as Mahaprabhu. And Guru Maharaj is comparing that to like a merchant. And the merchant has someone who is canvassing, going out and showing the best things that the merchant has to sell. But then the merchant may see, that the canvasser has found something in the storehouse that he didn't even know was there. And he's so grateful to the canvasser that, was that in my storehouse? Is that in my storehouse? And he said, in this way, the Lord is saying, what did you find in me? What is that? And he's talking about that. And then Guru Maharaj goes on to say that in order to come to the platform of understanding these things, Mahaprabhu has given us the formula that Trinadapi Sunichena Tarori Vasahishna Manina Manadena. And Guru Maharaj said, this is not some external thing. He said, this is a very, very, very deep thing. And he said that it is the opposite of aggression. This morning we were reading, we've been reading the last 2 days about Ramachandra Puri and that pastime of Ramachandra Puri's being very critical. And how Mahaprabhu tolerated that is always a little distressing, because you think, well, that guy's wrong. He should just be booted out of Puri, But how, and hearing this talk today helped me to get some maybe a little more understanding about that. Because Guru Maharaj said that, he quoted Milton, that peace hath her victories not less renowned than war. And he said, this non-resistance, to come to the plane of non-resistance, to see the flow of reality and think, I am for him. That whatever this flow is coming, I am for that. And he said, in order to come to this platform, one must cross many concrete things in the mind and in the senses, like suns, many suns and moons and oceans must be crossed, and many conceptions must be crossed in our own mind, concreteness. He said, it is not a battle where I will come and battle a mountain, or I will battle the current of a river and defeat it and become stronger than that. But that whole plane of concrete thought has to be, he said, has to be left behind. And then you will come to a fine, fine position of divine sound, like Kirtaniya Siddhapsirahari, where he said, and so many things will be found within that sound. Just like a scientist may, if he can enter into ether, he may see many wondrous things there. He said, so entering into that divine sound through this process and understanding that every kind of conception of ourselves as the defeater and as the conqueror, not that we will not oppose certain things, who is opposed to guru, who is coming to harm the deity or the devotee. So all these things have to be understood carefully. But in terms of our own ego, all these things have to be crossed. So many gross and subtle things. And then Guru Maharaj said, kind of in a joking way, he's quoting somebody, and he's saying, I wanted to become a Vaishnava, but when I heard Trinadapi Suni Chena Tarori Vaisishana Manina Manadena, then I thought, this is impossible. So he's making a joke. But it is a journey, a very wonderful journey, but he's saying that flow is animate. The flow of reality is animate, conscious, and sympathetic. This is from another talk. But in this talk, he's also saying these things, that you have to see what is coming to oppose you as being his divine will. And remember, I am for you. I am for you. I won't oppose this. This is coming from you. And I am for that flow. Whatever that flow is, I will not oppose it. And trying to come into this surrendering mood. I know that was a lot to say in one small thing, but it's a wonderful class, Maharaj, and I'll be really happy to send it to you. But I mean, I've heard this class, I don't think less than 50 times, maybe, because I have it running in my car. So but I'm all, thinking of so many other things, but anyway, so I just wanted to share.
Beautiful, very much appreciate, and I look forward to hearing that. And just as you said that, when we may find in our storehouse there are things we didn't even know we had there.
Mhm.
Also in the books, what's already published, as well as what we hear, because we hear day by day, there are so many things in the storehouse that Guru Maharaj and Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada have given us, which we didn't know were there, even though we've read them before, for sure. I mean, we've read before, and I do have a couple of them stored up to share. And this week, or over the last 10 days, I'm not sure, we lose track of time, but we've been given topics to talk on, and so others have given us the topic titles. And when we get a topic title, we do like to do a little bit of homework. And there's a classic quote that I have stored up here, which doing some little bit of homework for one of the titles, came straight to the back to basics. And this is in the storehouse, we didn't know we had, and very encouraging. But before that, we're going to ask Paramananda Prabhu, please, to come and say a few words. Paramananda Prabhu, there with Krishna Priya Devi Dasi. We're just changing the image so we can see a little better there. And back in Mae Rim near Chiang Mai. Paramananda Prabhu, kindly.
Maharaj, every time you ask me, and I'm in the presence of Krishna Priya, She's so much more qualified than me in many ways.
No, Maharaj, no. A
I'm
good
just-
listener, Maharaj.
I can
Now we're
talk.
going to have a
but
competition on who received most mercy
It's a
from Sri
deep kind of thing. You know? And Gurudev saw it, and I saw it with my own eyes that he saw it. But it's, I mean, what Sri Lekha Didi was saying, it reminded Guru Maharaj's talk. Naturally, it reminded about Govinda Maharaj's talk on the same subject. And there he also mentioned that to reach that platform of real humility, surrender, you must cross a universe. And he said, he pointed out, a limitless universe of ego. And it's just to start practicing properly, start realizing things around you properly. It's just the beginning, and just for that, you have to do it. Think about it. So Sri Lekha Didi was just giving the summary, and I'm thinking, oh, I mean, is there a chance? After hearing that, you ask yourself a question, there's even a chance we're going to make it. This life, forget about it. How about in perspective? Maybe. I mean, naturally that arises, that kind of question. But then so many other things coming to give us hope. And so that we're going to come just to understanding of true humility, from where we can actually chant the names properly. Get that solid connection with Krishna. Govinda Maharaj also pointed out about not humility, affection, love and affection, because these are two words we use so much. And for me, I'm using it without understanding. And I've been long time I've been thinking about it. What does it mean? Till one day I heard Govinda Maharaj saying, a true understanding and true feeling of affection and love will come only when a person reaches the platform of ruchi, when that person actually develops taste for Krishna. And ruchi means you cannot imagine a moment of your life without that connection. It is incredible what he was saying. And again, you're starting, oh, and I thought I'm feeling some love and affection. I was in that kind of illusion, but that illusion was just an extension of that universal size ego that I'm still in possession of. And what is Krishna conscious? How you can be Krishna conscious when you're fully self-conscious, when you're living in a universe where you are in the center. And every Shastra, every sadhu, every guru, every Vaishnava is saying, replace yourself with Krishna in the center of your universe. But the hope is in the grace. And there is no other hope. In the grace of Krishna's devotees. And if you start looking at the Shastras, so many hopeful verses coming, and they're all coming to us through Guru Maharaj, through Govinda Maharaj. They're all quoting them and they're giving us that hope. So to be the recipient of that grace is our hope. That can lift us depending on how much we're embracing, how much we're ready, how much we're fully giving ourselves to embrace that grace. It can lift us there immediately. And recently I've been reading The Treasure Chest. A fantastic book, Maharaj, really. It should be on the altar along with the other books of Srila Guru Maharaj. And there he's saying that he's talking to Srila Prabhupada disciples, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada disciples. And he's saying, when Prabhupada came, I had the dream to construct a temple that would explain, ontologically explain, and scientifically explain the whole structure of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, what it's all about. In fact, we're talking about reality here. And when Prabhupada came to him, I expressed that desire. And he said, yes, I shall do that. And if I will not finish, I will ask my disciples to do that. So Guru Maharaj said in that talk that I wanted it to be explained based on Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Because now we just talked about the very beginning stages. It's like practically, we are to be vegetarian. There's a preparatory stages to become humble, to become tolerant, and all of that. And then what it leads to, after you receive that grace, you embrace that grace somehow by being very fortunate soul. It takes you to a different levels of that love and affection. Think about the journey in itself. And that is beautifully illustrated. So Guru Maharaj said, I want it to be that. So people can come there and understand this is the structure and this is where it leads to. These are the signs and this is what you will experience and this is how you will experience that. So that was his dream. And the talk that Sri Lekha Didi was just mentioning reminded about that. And it all leads to what you started with, Mahaprabhu. And who is Mahaprabhu? What is the purpose of his appearance? Which is another incredible thing, to be born so near, actually living in the time of Mahaprabhu, because his grace is still widely spread. His teachings are widely available. There are qualified gurus, qualified teachers, qualified devotees who can actually convey that. So we are living in the time of Mahaprabhu, we can strongly say that, if we are to embrace that. Like we have to remember, even in the time of Mahaprabhu, not everybody embraced Mahaprabhu. So for that, we also need the grace of the devotee. And you started with that. And again, coming back to why I was reminded about Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Sanatana Goswami so beautifully expresses in the very beginning of this work. He establishes the foundation. And he is saying that Krishna is so attracted, he is inconceivably drawn to that ecstasy, the feelings in the heart of his best devotee. He cannot control himself. He wants to know what's in there. What are the treasures? And then greedily desiring that. And that's Sanatana Goswami's way. He's actually using that word, lover. Greed, I mean, there's a positive and negative meaning to that. So greedily desiring that nectar that can only be found in the heart of his best devotee. He becomes Gauranga Mahaprabhu. His body is of golden hue. He's constantly engaged in chanting his own names and worshipping himself. And he, in this world, he will be known as the son of Mother Shachi. It's a beautiful explanation to that. And again, to come to appreciation of these things, to appreciation these verses, and the fact that they have inspiring effect on us is another evidence of the grace. Without the grace, it's impossible. It wouldn't even enter the ear. So there is hope because of that. So whatever Guru Maharaj is saying, it is a reality. He's actually lining it up for everybody because he knows everyone was giving that grace. The potential isn't there. It just needs to be activated. And the activation is through the service, through the dedication, through the association. And everything else will, Guru Maharaj likes to point out, a natural and gradual development. He always favored that. And here's Krishna Priya, who's really way above
No, Maharaj.
with her realizations and her devotion.
Just cannot speak well, Maharaj. You just cannot. Maharaj force.
No, we're here, we're listening to you, we're seeing you. We are feeling the transmission of humility from your heart.
I just very stunned what Paramananda is talking. Actually, still learning Maharaj, but go on. Like still falling soul. and somehow some is really like calm. I think actually I can say like I also found myself in like the warehouse, a lot of dust. Now I just take myself out from the warehouse, try to dust myself, like slowly, something still function and something like I will just utilize that. And then somehow what Paramananda say about love affection, I just really like some few days ago, you will come to that level. It's only you sacrifice. It's everything from yourself. Then you will realize how is love sacrifice. It's like feeling. Like very good example, like how mother, father, like they love their children so much and how much they need to sacrifice. If they can't do that, then you will reach understanding what is love, affection. It will easily or slowly entering your heart. And then you can keep going and you will feel so much appreciate. Sacrifice your ego, sacrifice your desire for the Lord, because Krishna is everything. I just learned very simple sloka, like Paramananda tell me about Krishna. It's about Ishvara.
Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Ishvara Parama Krishna. Satit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sava Karana Karanam. When I heard it, I just feel like, oh my God. I just feel like I lower than glass now. All the meaning of this slogan, I feel like Krishna is everything. Everything, even in mundane, just everything. You are just have to be his servant and surrender. Then you will be safe and the best that you can live in like right now, that moment. Always don't forget about him because he's everything, Maharaj. That is how so much wonderful of this slogan.
Well, I can conclude with one short sentence. Why worry when the process is so sweet? I think that can harmonize pretty much everything.
And
Do you understand?
Waking up.
the sound is breaking up, Maharaj, so we couldn't quite catch what you were saying just there.
Oh, yeah. Are we okay now? No. Please continue.
Well, I was going to say, Maharaj, also and just as Paramananda Prabhu and Krishna Priya Devi were like saying so beautifully, so many wondrous things. And Guru Maharaj is saying, Nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tatagachati from Gita. That Krishna is saying, don't you worry. You just can try to do something on this path that can never lead to a bad result. It will always bring you to a good position. So, and we're just trying, but we're trying, and Krishna's so happy that we're trying. He's on our side. The supreme Sarvakarna Karnam is got our back, as you say. He's trying to, he wants to give every opportunity for our progress, and no circumstance should ever make us discouraged, because every circumstance, it may cause some discouragement in the beginning, but when we remember that he's simply taking away something that we're depending upon, that we do not need to depend upon, we have to go deeper. And just, we may not understand that that's what's happening, but our guardian is with us, and we simply bow down and say, I'm for you, my Lord. and this circumstance is coming. You are my guardian. Without you, I can't do anything. I have no strength. So I'm bowing down to you. You please take care of me. You're my guardian. So no problem at all. Every day will be a miracle. May not feel like a miracle at the time, but as the time goes on and we understand things, then we will see that every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati.
All right, beautiful. Hare Krishna. Is our voice coming through okay? I'm so, we apologize on behalf of Free Internet. We're doing our best. Anyhow, hearing everyone's words, we are hearing Srila Gurudev's message coming through the devotees. And what I was saying when you were saying, oh, we couldn't hear what you said, was that Krishna Priya, when I'm listening to Krishna Priya Devi, it's as though I'm hearing Srila Govinda Maharaj, but with a female Thai accent. Like Gurudev's message. Hare Krishna. And by the way, so everything very much appreciated. By the way, we have here with us JayaKumar Prabhu. And JayaKumar Prabhu, he's not been with us for a little while. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say in public, but I'm going to say it. He's just been through some unexpected and big challenge because he was in the Himalayas and we'll hear from him who he was with. He's always with devotees or taking people, showing people things. And he was in the Himalayas and he had a heart.
Dandavat pranams everybody. Dandavat. Dandavat pranams.
Dandavat pranams.
I'm really honored to join this satsanga. Sorry, due to my health, I cannot join. Please, Maharaj, continue, and I'm asking your blessings.
Jai, thank you very much, Prabhu. So I think Maharaj is frozen again. His internet is not in a good shape.
May we go to Bimal Krishna Prabhu?
Yes.
Dandavat, everybody. Dandavat JayaKumar Prabhu. Haven't seen him since India a long time ago, but happy to see him on here. Just some thoughts very quickly. The things that came to me, just thinking about Trinada Pisanichena and Srila Gurudev. The last time I saw Srila Gurudev present, with him, I've told this story before, but anyway, I saw Gurudev and I really was I wanted some instruction from Srila Gurudev, but I was too afraid to ask because I didn't feel like I could commit to whatever it was he told me to do. So we were sitting there and there was myself and Ananda Moy from Brazil and Prabhu Krishna Prabhu was there as well. But anyway, she was telling Gurudev how she hopes, I hope to come back and see you again, Gurudev. So she was speaking to him, but all of a sudden Gurudev kind of stops and he looks at me, but he says, Krishna's giving service. He says, we're all his servitors. You remember that. And I didn't even catch, because I didn't realize he was talking to me at the time, but Madhusudan Maharaj was there. And afterwards he says, did you hear Gurudev's instruction to you? And I was like, well, I missed the first part. I heard you remember that. And he had told me what Gurudev had said. Krishna's giving service and we are all his servitors. You remember that. And at the time I was actually coming home to ask my wife to marry me. And, Gurudev had some sense, Gurudev he knows our hearts. It's incredible. And so many devotees have experiences like that where Gurudev just knows some way what's going on with all of us. But that simple instruction, it seems very simple, but I've meditated on it quite a bit. And it's in so many times in my life, you know, I've come to realize that it's Trinadapi Sunichena in so many different ways, like, because, you know, depending on how like, my wife is a devotee and I need to serve her, like, that's Gurudev's telling me, like, Krishna's giving us service. My family's my service. My wife is my service. You know, we're all servitors of Krishna. So I have to remain humble. Like, people, I have kind of a tough job. I work maintenance in a park maintenance worker. So I do a lot of maintenance things, but in my town, there's a lot of homeless people who leave a lot of trash. They do, you know, they're just doing a lot of things. So, you know, Trinadapi Sunichena, I have to see these people as, you know, they're not just what I think they may be. They're spirit souls, and, you know, Krishna's giving service. We are all his servitors. So I have to try to think that and become humble and tolerant, you know. So in that way, it made me realize Gurudev's also teaching me Trinadapi Sunichena, and, you know, through this instruction. But anyway, it's something I hold very dear to my heart, because I didn't spend a lot of, you know, personal time with Srila Gurudev, and to receive an instruction like that, like, he's reading my heart and like what I was desiring, you know, even though I was, you know, not good enough, I guess, to ask and to do exactly what he asked me to do anyway. But it all worked out, I guess. So anyway, that's what I have to contribute. And I don't know if you'd like to say something. I always talk too much.
I don't really have anything to add, but just my dandavats to you all, and just that it was super a special treat to hear from Krishna Priya Didi tonight. So thank you for that. And from all of you, I just really appreciate the association and being here with you all, and feeling very grateful for just how lucky I feel to have come across this in this lifetime, and how rare that is, and just feeling grateful. So thank you all, Dandavat.
So, Gurudev, we cannot hear you. You're muted. Even if you're talking, you're very slow. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Maharaj, you're still muted. Maybe try to switch off the video and use only audio. That might work.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, Bimal Krishna Prabhu, that was a wonderful example on acquiring proper angle of vision and how to see, how to read environment as always friendly. Not easy thing. Everyday challenge. And I just imagine you doing it in the park with all the homeless and all the things, all the challenges and all that. Inconceivable. I'm doing it here at the farm, where I'm kind of, you know, more or less, I have something to say about things here, and people kind of listen to me. And still I have challenges. What to speak about the place you're working in? I can totally relate to that.
Yes, I would like to add a challenge as well, Prabhu, that I had. So I had a team building seminar. Oh, Dhanavats, devotees, everyone. I had a team building seminar with my school in Cha'am the past few days. And the management, they set up a vegetarian meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me, and for a few other vegetarians. And of course, a lot of the teachers who are carnivores, you know, they would sling insults and question my manhood, because I am a vegetarian. But I always thought, you know, in the back of my mind, this is the right thing. You know, this is the way that Krishna would want me to be, and that gave me strength to overcome their insults and to, you know, their jabs here and there. So there are challenges that we face every day, and so we really have to, you know, find support within each other and through the teachings of Prabhupada. I just wanted to add that.
Maharaj, now you look more animated, so I think the sound is good and connection is better.
Okay, well, we've been, as you know, having unexpected technical difficulties on this side of the world today. But where I am very grateful you are all there to keep everything going. And we are here. Yes, so I do have my quote. But my quote is, I've just changed instruments. It's on the tablet. And the tablet I've just changed. I've just started to use the tablet. So I do have a quote for today. As I was mentioning, so what I wanted to say too, on the theme of what has been talked about before, about the mercy of the devotees, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is always asking for the mercy of the devotees. Before he went to Jagannath Puri, before he went from Jagannath Puri to Vrindavan, then he's asking the devotees to give their mercy. And he said, if you are unhappy, you, the devotees, are unhappy when I am going to Vrindavan, and you don't give permission for me to go, then I will be unhappy all the way. I need you to give your happy approval that I can go to Vrindavan. And then finally, Ramananda Roy, Sarup Damodar, and the devotees, they said, yes, Mahaprabhu, you are asking, and of course we must be happy. You are the independent personality of Godhead, but you are asking us. So here we are humbly coming to say, yes, of course. So the Lord, and in different circumstances, himself is giving that example and showing how the satisfaction of the devotees is all in all. Hare Krishna. Now, at the fear of getting cut off, I'm going to, I don't know how I'll know if I'm cut off. So I'm going to read, it's a short quote, but it is very beautiful. It is from the Upadeshamrita, Srila Gurudev's, Srila Guru Maharaj's illumination and of verse 11. And so it's a very high verse, but Srila Guru Maharaj is always keeping us with our feet on the ground. And for those looking for it for later, but listen now, no need to go running to look for it. It's the bottom of page 316 of the big published book. So the 11 verses in this Upadeshamrita, see, Guru Maharaj commenting on Upadeshamrita. The 11 verses in this Upadeshamrita are very important and very, very useful for practical and personal realization. Generally, others in Vrindavan try to discuss and understand Krishna Leela, but the focus of our Guru Maharaj was always towards the foundation. The consequence will come automatically. So you need not be so careful about that. You should always focus on the foundation. Then Srila Guru Maharaj quotes, Shravana Kirtana Jale Kare Karaje Sechana Upajaya Bhare Lata from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And the quote, the translation for that is given as, nourish the creeper of devotion by watering it with hearing and chanting. It will grow automatically. So this translation is given. And then Srila Guru Maharaj's words. You need not be very eager to examine whether it is growing or not growing. It will grow. And in the book, the word will is in italics, means that the book is a transcription of Srila Guru Maharaj's talk. So Guru Maharaj has emphasized that word will. Hence it's come in italics in the book. So you need not be very eager to examine whether the creeper of devotion is growing or not growing. It will grow. So keep confidence in Guru and Shastra. And as it grows, you will know it clearly. Yes, so as the creeper of devotion grows, you will know it clearly. It is not an abstract thing. It is a reality, a concrete reality. It will inform you sufficiently that it has come to you. So do your duty, do the duty of your service, and the result will come automatically. And then Srila Guruma saying, mind your own lesson. Don't allow the conceit that you are a student of the higher class to come within your heart. You need not be very much alert to that. Just try to do your humble duty and see that it is done without any defects. Then, I mean, I can continue, but a little bit more maybe. Karmanye vadikara ste ma phaleshu karachana from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And Srila Guruma said, concentrate the whole of your energy only on doing your duty where you are. The result is in his hands. And when the result does come to you, it will inform you that you have passed the examination. But your duty is to engage yourself in study and not in curiosity as to whether you have passed the examination or not. The result will come of its own accord to you. So go on with your duty. Be a good student, not a result monger, one who's just looking for the result. That should be your ideal of life. Putting all your attention towards the immediate duty is the real key to success. Hare Krishna. So now I have the hope that you're all still there. Okay, I had to switch out of Zoom. So were you able to hear that, or was everything broken up?
So great.
Okay.
So great.
I'm happy you were able to hear it, because this came out of the Storehouse this week. We dusted it off and found this while searching through for the topic, for one of the topics for the talks that were given. I have more, but that's for today. Hare Krishna. Oh, did we lose everything? Oh. All right. Anyway, we're having a bit of a struggle on our side of the world. But other things today, today from our side of the world, trying to do our duty. Oh, I see. Sevarupa, she's popped into the chat box the words we were looking for, the words we were reading. And I don't know if Sevarupa chatted it down, but we had an interesting Zoom yesterday to Brazil, where we were listing with the contribution from other devotees, from the devotees, we were listing like what is essential in devotional service. And Sevarupa, did you write down all that list? No, maybe Kalikadamba did. Maybe Kalikadamba did, but it was interesting because, I basically, said, oh, out of necessity, we just gave a crash course in what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings in a public program in the name of the town, Panu, I think, Panu. And we were in a very public program because everybody could hear, completely open to the public and lots of public, and in a happy kind of environment. And because we were just off the beach, but in a place which is like for yoga and, do-goody kind of things that people go to. So we were in a do-goody kind of place, trying to do good for others. But it was very public. Anyhow, we tried to give like a summary. So I said, oh, we gave a crash course in the substance of Mahaprabhu's teaching and for what we should follow, so that now you'll get everything. And then we're thinking, okay, we've given the essential teaching of Mahaprabhu. And then the devotees said, then I asked the devotees, what other essential items? And then they came with quite a list of very important essentials for our journey. So that's for another day, because suddenly our hour has passed by. And Abhinava Sundar Prabhu there with Leela Moy Prabhu in Italy. Oh, Italy, so far away. So far away and yet so near. And what we're going to say, oh yeah, so today, just so that the devotees can feel a little bit of our devotional journey this side of the world, or as Suresh Krishna, who's organized our tours and everything, actually organized everything, looking after all the devotees here in the Baltic states. Then, and by the way, he's described this for the next year, or the next time he arranges some tours. He said, suggestion of Mohanananda, we'll call it the vibe. Join the vibe. Vaishnava International Baltic events. So Indu Lekha probably can think, oh yes, this is very good. So she's a tour planner and an event planner with full domes and with something equivalent to full domes. I think she does that. I'm not sure what anybody does, but I know she makes a lot of money doing something. No, I don't know how much money you make doing it. Hare Krishna. Anyway, so today we're doing a public program. We're doing program here in a few minutes, morning program here, public program at 11 o'clock today, followed by prasadam. I heard rumor. Prasadam is the Lord's mercy, so we have to wait and see if the Lord is merciful. And then followed by afternoon Harinam Sankirtan in hopefully sunny day in Riga. So lots of people, we hope, on a Sunday. And then followed by the evening program, like the public, but the main gathering, the evening program. So this is what's happening here today. And then tomorrow will be a new day. Every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati for those who participate. So you are all participating, and we need you, the devotees, for Sankirtan. Oh, hey, Vaishnava Thakur, that song is saying, alone, how can we engage in Sankirtan? We need to be with devotees. So thank you for tolerating our shortcomings here on this side of the world. I'm sure if Krishna wanted us to have a nice flowing chat with you, he would have arranged it. But he wanted that you will contribute, the devotees have contributed today. But I didn't hear JayaKumar Prabhu's contribution because of our difficulties. Was he able to speak? Were you able to speak, JayaKumar Prabhu? No. Anyway,
sorry, Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.
But we're hearing your voice, Prabhu, and after your operation and everything. Oh my goodness. I was, a little bit shocked, but for such a healthy person who does so many things, and then you see it's a reminder for us all. Use our health as we have it. Anything can change at any moment in this world.
I am not much concerned about this physical health, Maharaj. More concerned about my spiritual sickness, regarding which I need more treatment through satsanga.
Well, we are getting that treatment from each other, because what does Gurudev give us very often? The first answer to so many questions, when questions come from devotees about the nourishment of their life, how to go on, etc. The first department of his answer is so often association with devotees. So we are associating with each other for mutual nourishment.
That's why I'm always indebted, Maharaj.
Anyway, JayaKumar Prabhu, when you went for that operation, I did also ask the devotees, please have a special thought for you. And they can let you know that too, but we hope that the devotees' special thoughts have helped you through. And he was discharged from the hospital quicker than expected. They expected to keep him there for a week, but
Yeah.
he was in
Thank
good
you.
shape.
Thank you.
Good shape after 3 days. Well done, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maharaj, and all the devotees. Thank you.
All right, Prabhu. So thank you, everybody. I know in one sense we don't say thank you. We're not separate. One family together. But we appreciate all of you here and happy to see JayaKumar Prabhu with us. And happy to see each of you one by one. Here I have a witness. We're scrolling through your names and your pictures. And this week, you can understand, I don't have the Facebook on. So those of you who are with Facebook, on Facebook, my obeisances to you there also. Those of you who are watching the recorded version, wherever it may be, we're with you and our obeisances to you. And we're very happy to be here in the family of the affectionate Vaishnavas, each giving well-wishing to each other. Muktinath Prabhu, ride your motorcycle safely, chant Hare Krishna, and be happy. Jai wonderful Srila Gurudev, Om Krishna Prabhu, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Ki Jai. Jai wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock of Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj, Ki Jai. Jai wonderful Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Ki Jai. And Jai to Bhagavan, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Ki Jai. Our whole Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga, Ki Jai. And to Nam Acharya, the charger of the holy name, Srila Haridas Thakur, Ki Jai. To all of our devotees present, Ki Jai. The devotees worldwide, Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati, Acharya Vrinda, Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. And Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. And all our devotees here, and then senior to the junior, all devotees here, we are all in that zone of needing each other's association. And we give our special indebtedness to you, to Sri Lekha Devi Dasi, to Paramananda Prabhu, to each of you who are here today.
Jai Srila Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
All of you, Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. Govinda Govinda. We hope to be safe, everything, safe journey of joy to joy. Safe.
Journey to joy.
Safe. Anyway, I missed. There's something extra been added here. I don't forget. Oh, joyful journey to joy. All right. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Jai Srila Ami Ashchi Amra we Ashchi we are coming. Okay, we can go?
Yeah.
All right. Bye.